Hi everyone, Dash just broke bullish on the 4-hour, but is this rally sustainable? Stick around for the ideal levels to get in so you don't miss the next pump. Now, we've been previously looking at this accumulation zone. Then we had a breakout on the 9th of April, which confirmed a trend base switch from a downtrend to an uptrend. Then we had the price action basing out above the 200 MA on this time frame. Now we've had an additional breakout with a higher high, which has further confirmed the bullish switch from a downtrend to an uptrend. But of course, if we look at the previous volatility Dash has offered us, here's a double bottom back at the end of 2025, and with the January bump we had this move all the way from around $37 all the way up to around 97, approaching 100, putting in 160% gains. And then again before that we had here off lower support from moving from a $30 retest following a bullish break. We then had, this was October 2025, we then had a 400% move. So when we look at this by comparison, and it is a big move, essentially we have a 45% move, which compared to what Dash usually gives us has been quite muted. So that is the caution here. And if we look at the volume also supports that. Here's the two most recent breaks, and here are the two previous ones, with the one at the beginning of the year obviously having quite a lot of volume. So where do we go from here? Well, the first thing is the reduced volatility here. Despite the higher high, the change in the trend from a downtrend to an uptrend, we have to look at it with a lot of caution because the crypto market has been breaking out and resetting quite significantly here. And if we look at what Dash has done previously, moving from $37 all the way up to almost $100 and then resetting to a lower price point at $30, this is the risk here. So if you think Dash is just going to settle like a textbook above $40 here, which is this level here, then you may be in for a little bit of a surprise. Now, the first line in the sand to pay attention to is the 200 MA on this time frame that has been supporting the price action along with the 50 here, and formed a bit of a double bottom, of course, which has been confirmed. So that's the first line in the sand which we want to be paying attention to for a potential bullish retest here. And that played out quite nicely following the last break. We had a nice break, retested 200 MA, that's held, double bottom forms above it, and then we have another break, and that sits at around currently $36, $37. So that's the area potentially for a retest. It's got a nice confluence with this red line you see here, which has essentially been oppressing the price action for most of the last couple of months, at least since February. So that's the area you want to have a look at. But you'll notice here there is a order block here, down here at around $30. And again, going back to this whole thing where we had this nice powerful move and then a reset to a lower price point, that is still on the card. So if you're looking to accumulate Dash, you still want to be eyeing this $30 mark and potentially only the $35 mark, a slightly higher price point for a long trade, for a more short-term in and out sort of position. But until we see something more significant, this is a bullish move, this is good with increasing volume. We still want to be looking to accumulate within this zone until we get further away from it, which means we need to see Dash at much higher prices before we start looking at this lower support here at 30 and this midway support at 35 as still ideal areas to come in for a medium to long-term trade. But that's Dash.